From the news leader, it's 4 a.m. This is Good Day on Fox 4.
Most of North Texas will see some much needed rain today. Evan breaking down when you are going to need to grab that umbrella.
And early voting for this year's midterm election starts in just a few hours. We take a closer look at the key races on the ballot.
Like we've said this is going to happen. We always said it was going to happen.
Plus, a former Methodist health employee is now speaking out about security concerns after a shooting over the weekend left 2 employees dead. Good morning. It is Monday, October 24th. I'm Steve Noviello.
And I'm Shannon Murray on this really gloomy, muggy day, but it's all sunshine in here because Steve Noviello is here, which, Evan, hasn't happened.
It's been a minute.
In years.
It's been a minute.
Kind of like the rain we're about to have.
There you go. I brought it for you. You're welcome.
You bring us rain, Steve. We appreciate it.
That's been said before, not the first time.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, rain is our sunshine today, and we're going to see plenty of it. We're going to see several rain chances just for today only. And as we start this morning, we've got showers. This is nothing big, bad, or ugly this morning. We do have showers coming in. So you're going to run into some wet roadways at times this morning, but this is not the main part of the weather system coming in. But as you look at forewarned Doppler radar, what we are showing this morning is certainly a decent amount of rainfall. Light rain falling in Dallas, just spotty in Fort Worth. By the time you get up to Denton and out towards Weatherford, you can obviously see we have a lot more rain out to the west of us. This is just the tip of the iceberg to say. What we're starting with this morning is about 60% showers. There is going to be a piece of this system from about 10 o'clock through maybe 3 or 4 this afternoon. It is a band of storms. Some heavy rain will be possible in the noon, 1 o'clock time frame in the Metroplex. And then late this afternoon, as these storms move south and east of the Metroplex, there could be a couple of severe storms. And then there are going to be some new storms that move in overnight. So 3 basic rain chances today. And some of them late this afternoon into the evening and overnight hours could contain some high winds, even some quarter-sized hail. There is an isolated tornado threat in our southeastern counties. So we start the morning at about 73 degrees, humid with showers, storms coming in around noon or maybe just shortly afternoon, and probably a couple of quiet hours late this afternoon for your evening rush hour. A lot going on today. A lot less will go on the next 3 days, and we'll talk about that in the 7-day forecast. Let's get over to Chris Brown, who's joining us in traffic this morning. You picked a good morning, Chris. This will be probably the worst morning we've seen in a long time.
Hey, you said it much needed, so I guess we're ready for it. Let's check out traffic right now. We do have overnight road work. Let's start with the time saver traffic maps, and we have road work closing the eastbound connector on 35 East southbound at Woodall Rogers. So keep that in mind if you're going to be out and about. Now, we still have a closure on 360 southbound at Brown Boulevard. This is in Grand Prairie, so keep that in mind. Crews should be wrapping that up shortly. In the Fort Worth area, East Loop 820 northbound at Highway 287, it is the right lane taken away. That's a quick look at your morning commute.
All right, thanks, Chris. Police in Garland are looking for the person who killed a driver last night. The victim crashed on southbound LBJ Freeway near Centerville Road, and officers found that he'd been shot. He died at the hospital, and police don't know what led to the shooting and have not made any arrests. The victim's name has not been released.
The man accused of killing 2 people at North Texas Hospital has a violent criminal history.
Nestor Hernandez was on parole for aggravated robbery when police say he shot 2 healthcare workers Saturday at Methodist Dallas. The hospital has not answered any questions about the shooting, but several healthcare workers have told Fox 4 they were already concerned about safety. Fox 4's David Santindri talked to one of them.
That was supposed to be a happy unit. It's a happy place. Labor and delivery, postpartum, those are happy places.
A former Methodist Health System employee of more than a decade is speaking out. She doesn't want to show her face and wants her voice disguised to protect her current job. At Methodist, she worked in the mother-baby unit, where 2 employees were shot and killed Saturday. She knew one of the victims and knows many there during the shooting.
They're devastated, they're traumatized, and when they woke up that morning and told their family bye, they didn't think that would happen.
She also says there have been security concerns for years, not enough restrictions, and not enough oversight.
Like, we've said this is going to happen. We always said it was going to happen.
Since the shooting, multiple active Methodist healthcare workers have reached out to Fox 4 News with security concerns. The thing is, none will interview for fear of losing their jobs. Since the shooting, Methodist has not held a press conference or even answered Fox 4's specific questions about security protocols, even though its own police force is leading the investigation.
It feels very shady. It feels like there's some sort of covering up of something that is going on.
There are a lot of details that are still unknown.
The Texas Nurses Association says mother-baby units are typically the safest areas at hospitals.
You have to be a patient or a family member of a patient to get in there. It's my understanding that this was a family member of a mother in the unit.
A Methodist Health System police officer shot the suspect, 30-year-old Nestor Oswaldo Hernandez. He was hospitalized after being shot. He's charged with capital murder. Hernandez is on parole for an aggravated robbery he committed in 2015. He was wearing an active ankle monitor. In a statement, Methodist says it's increasing police force staffing on campus, and it's planning additional meetings of its ongoing safety and security committee. But again, it's not answering questions about what led to the shooting, security measures, or anything else.
They need to wake up. They need to wake up because, it can happen again.
David Centendry, Fox 4 News.
A former Haltom City police officer was killed in a fire yesterday. Corporal Tony Miller was found dead in his home in Azle, northwest of Fort Worth. Miller had recently retired after 25 years of service with Haltom City PD. The department says after he stepped away from the force, Miller decided he did not like staying home, so he returned as the property technician. Corporal Miller was 62 years old. Early voting for this year's midterm election starts in just a few hours across Texas.
Yeah, polling locations open at 7 a.m. and will stay open until 7 p.m. And the biggest race is at the top of the ticket. Republican Governor Greg Abbott is seeking his third term. He faces what could be his toughest challenge yet against Democrat Beto O'Rourke. All other major statewide offices are on the ballot, including Lieutenant Governor, Attorney General, and Land Commissioner. Voters will also face several big local and county-wide races. We have live coverage throughout Good Day starting at 5 a.m. And early voting ends Friday, November 4th. Election Day is Tuesday, November 8th. You can find out more about where to vote and all the races at fox4news.com on the homepage or on the Fox 4 smartphone app.
Meantime, the House January 6th committee says it may allow Donald Trump's testimony to be televised live.
And the panel subpoenaed Trump on Friday and plans to have him testify under oath around November 14th. The former president is reportedly on board with being questioned, but only if his testimony is broadcast live. Committee members say they are weighing options, but are leery of what Trump might say or do with no filter.
We are going to proceed in terms of the questioning of the former president under oath. It may take multiple days, and it will be done with a level of rigor and discipline and seriousness that it deserves. We are not going to allow the former president. He's not going to turn this into a circus.
And the committee says Trump is primarily to blame for the violence on January 6th of last year. Trump's legal team has not given a formal response to the subpoena.
Former President Trump's holdings company heads to court today in a criminal case in New York. The Trump Organization is accused of helping top executives avoid paying income tax on compensation they got in addition to their salaries. Prosecutors say that kept things like rent-free apartments and luxury cars off the books. The former president signed some of the checks at the center of this case. He is not being charged with any crimes. The conviction could force the Trump Organization to pay more than $1 million in fines. Time right now is 4:09 on your Monday morning. Former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson says he will not be returning to Downing Street after all. Who is in line to become the country's third leader this year?
And Dak Prescott threw a touchdown pass in his return from a broken thumb, but it was the defense that shined on Sunday afternoon against Detroit. We'll show you what happened.
And if you are about to head out the door, take a look at your screen. You might want to grab that raincoat and umbrella. Evan says we do have several chances for rain today. He's going to time it all out when Good Day comes right back.